Okay, the Eagles made a shocking roster move by cutting Christian Elliss. That Cunningham's back at practice. That's great news. We also heard from Dallas Goedert, who updated us on his status for week 14. As for the defense, we've been really bad on third down, except for the last time we played the Cowboys. We gotta duplicate it. And A.J. Brown sounds off before playing the Cowboys. You gotta hear it. Last but not least, Shaq Leonard told us why he picked the Eagles over the Cowboys. And he also said he's gonna prove everybody wrong. He can still play. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Smash that like, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Let's rock. Surprisingly, the Eagles waived linebacker Christian Elliss, opening up a roster spot for Shaq Leonard. We all seen Elliss and Morrow struggle versus the Niners in pass coverage. On this play, Debo's motion absolutely fools Christian Elliss, and George Kittle gets a big gain. However, we did see some little things that Elliss did good. He's just not meant to play 75% of the snaps, and he got to grow more. That's why I think the Eagles waived him, so there's an opportunity to bring him back on the practice squad, because Zach Cunningham and Shaq Leonard are the linebackers for the rest of the season when healthy. And we got some good news as it pertains to the injury update. Let's start with the did not practices. Julio Jones and Big Play Slay, more likely rest for both of them. The limited participants is Fletch. He's all good though, as he played versus the Niners last week. Zach Cunningham, which is huge because this is Wednesday injury report, so it looks like he's gonna play. And Jack Stahl also was a limited participant. Both Grant Calcaterra and Dallas Goedert were full participant. So get ready to see Dallas Goedert back in action versus the Dallas Cowboys, where the whole injury started. He just might go off, but you don't got to take my word for it. Let's hear from him on how likely he's going to play this week versus the Cowboys.
I think the likelihood's very high. Really excited. I was trying to get back last week, and it wasn't quite time, but I think my return is going to be this week, so really excited to go and prepare this week and test it out on the field.
He was also asked about the fact that he's coming back to play the team that hurt him, the Dallas Cowboys.
Obviously I don't want to miss any games, but this is a big game. It's really fun going down to Dallas every year and playing in a fun environment like that. So I'm really excited to get back, and Dallas has a ring to it. So really glad that I'm able to go and kind of put everything else to bed and get out there and play football again.
Dallas and Dallas, it does have a nice ring. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section. When we talk about Dallas Goedert, we always go to the pass catching ability, which he's tremendous at, but he's also a great blocker. The run game, which has been struggling via production and calling it, is the key to beat the Cowboys. I know it, you know it, and so do the fans standing outside the NovaCare complex. Listen to what Nick Sirianni said when he drove in and seen them holding the sign, "Run the dang ball."
We gave them coffee. No, hey, I love our fans. I love their passion and their energy. That's not the first time I've heard run the ball. And you know what? And we do need to run. We do need to continue to try to run the ball. And so no, I'm not surprised by that, and I appreciate their energy, because I know that same energy of those guys sitting out there this morning when I drove in. They're going to have that same energy when they're cheering us on in the stadium, and I'm thankful and grateful for that.
Could catch them off guard. Speaking of the Cowboys, they were spotted at practice on Wednesday with referees on their field. All I know is you better get a good look at these faces, and we got to make sure one don't slip into Jerry World Sunday night. You know what I mean? I'm just joking, or am I? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section, for real. Much more on the Cowboys later tonight at 8 p.m. That's why you got to turn your notification bell on. Me, CFT, breaking it down, the biggest game of the year, but they are dealing with a dangerous and upset Eagles team. Make sure you're there at 8 p.m. to show some love and hear what we got to say. Moving on to Shaq Leonard, who spoke to the media for the first time, and he told us why he picked the Eagles over the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think it was just, Dallas, Philly. It was more so, Nick and I were together when we was in Indy. Nick was a great coach, great competitor. We had a bond, when we was in Indy. So we kind of just went with that.
How'd you form that bond, being defensive captain over there and him obviously working on the offensive side of the ball?
For one, just competing against each other, day in and day out. And then in team meeting rooms on Saturdays, whenever they had to stand up, offense coordinators had to talk. We kind of joked around because he always said all right after maybe every 2 words. And we kind of built a bond from there and then, just kind of kept with it from there.
We always talk about Jalen Hurts being a guy to pull players to the Eagles. Now we got Nick Sirianni and his bond, his coaching, getting players on this team. He also was asked if he was stunned how things ended with the Colts. Plus, does he want to prove to the Colts and the world that he could be an all-pro linebacker?
Of course I was stunned, but, this thing is a business. And, I respect their decision to move forward. I wish them nothing but the best. And, of course, it's not just proving to Indy, that I can still play. I want to prove to myself that I still can play. And that's why I continue to just grind as hard as I possibly can and come out and put my best foot forward.
That sounds like a man on a mission. And if we get some high-quality linebacker from him, Zach Cunningham can stay healthy, this defense can transform, and it needs to. The Eagles' defense is now the worst team in the NFL on third down, giving up 47% conversions. Over the last 3 games, Eagles are allowing teams to convert 58% on third down. This is where the 2 new linebackers got to get time to gel, the consistency in the back end and the front end, the D-line, plus Sean Desai really understanding he got to be better. That's our only hope to make this defense whole prior to the playoffs. However, versus the Dallas Cowboys, we sacked them 5 times, and on third down, we held them to 6 conversions out of 15. Now, Dak Prescott moved the ball on us for sure, but in crucial situations on third down, we got off the field. That is the true bend but don't break. We've been break. All joking aside, we got to find ways in Dallas where they do score 40 more often at home than on the road. Let me know. Give me a hot take for this defense that you think is going to happen Sunday night against the Cowboys. Lastly, A.J. Brown sounded off in his media session, not once, not twice, but like 3 times. The first thing that was asked, what was his overall take after watching the tape versus the Niners?
Us just not executing, because we got all the talent in the world, and just coming up short in certain areas, that we know we're better in, and I think that was the most disappointing thing. I'm all right with it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not all right with it. I'm not all right with it.
Did Bruce for you to get Dallas back this week?
Tried to say he was okay with it, but he said he's not all right. And you shouldn't be all right. Take that energy out on Dallas, which he talks about at the end. However, the next question he was asked was about Dallas Goedert coming back and it freeing him up. Listen.
Oh, it's going to help us out tremendously, I'm glad he's back. He worked his tail off to get back to help us out. It's going to take a lot of pressure off me, of course. So, I'm glad it's him.
Is it pretty apparent when you watch the tape, like how much differently defenses can play you?
For sure. So, yeah, I'm excited.
1K always open is about to be open. He was then asked about the energy going into Dallas. What's driving him?
What is driving that? Somebody want what's on your plate. You're going to let them take it. And I'm put it just like that.
There's so much noise outside of this team. You guys are 10-2, but everybody's acting like the sky is falling.
That's Philly.
Yeah. But how do you guys kind of just focus on what's going on inside this building? Because none of that really matters.
No, honestly, none of it matters, but we just got to go out and do our job. We got to, get back to it, honestly, just continue to hold guys accountable, hold your best players accountable, and come out and play your style of game, because it's gonna be a good game, So
he said that's Philly fans for you, but I love the analogy, right? He said you got food on your plate, somebody's trying to take it. Are you gonna let them? Dallas will not touch our food. And the thing that gets me the most excited, Howard Eskin said, you said after the game that the Eagles' energy didn't match the Niners. Did y'all talk about it? And will your energy match the Cowboys?
After the game, that you didn't think you guys played with the same kind of energy as the 49ers. If that's the case, was that addressed this week? Was that addressed sometime this week?
gonna keep what was said in the locker room, but you gonna see. You gonna see Sunday.
So you don't have a problem with that now? It's in the past.
No, I don't. No.
You heard him. Wait and see Sunday. You don't get to say that as the #1 skill player for the Eagles. Wait till Sunday without a huge performance from the offense. Again, I need a defense to be better. If you hold Dallas to 22, 23, 24 points, this Eagles offense just might put up a 40 burger. Get your parlays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on how spicy A.J. Brown was talking. I love it, but now you got to go back it up. Leave all your thoughts on everything we talked about. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. We've been slacking on the muscle emoji, but, I forgive y'all. With that being said, do your boy a favor. Hit that like if you haven't. Subscribe if you are new. And turn the notification bell on so you don't miss these videos some of y'all be missing. Plus, we are going live at 8 p.m. today to talk birds. I'm going to need Eagle Nation to come through and support. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.